founder of Apaka Month and a facilitator of the Priceless Project curriculum in Kenya. Apaka Month is a CBU that mentors young girls from 13 all the way to 18, the late bloomers who are still in high school. And we also give sanitary towels on a monthly basis. The project started in 2015 as a way to give back to the community. I went to one home for teenage mothers, and through my experience and interaction with the young girls, there were certain needs that I saw arise. For instance, there was one girl who was a very young, she was the youngest teenage mother in that home. She came from school one day and she was really down because somebody has scolded her because of her uniform. Then in the process, again, her young baby tore her book, and now she became aggravated. Considering that 85% of the girls there got their children through rape, she became very aggravated and started letting out the anger on the child. And I became concerned, and I was like, now, how do I help this young girl and the others in the home? So I formed a WhatsApp group with a couple of my friends, and we started raising funds now towards the school uniform. So eventually we bought them new shoes, new socks, a PE kit, school bags, and some of the essential books that they needed for school. So then I took a rest. I was like, I think I've done enough. But deep within me, there was that nudge of I need to do something more. Then the awakening now came in 2018 towards October, November. By then I was expectant now with my second child. And I realized many of our girls were doing their exams while expectant, or were having babies while they were in the exam room, or some of them were in the maternity ward, and it didn't augur well with me. I became really concerned because I was wondering, why are these girls getting pregnant at such a high rate? And must say, during our times or my times, the pregnancy cases were a bit low. So I started doing my research slowly by slowly. Then I realized one of the things that was going on is they were being exploited by young men, namely boda riders. Some of the parents were actually encouraging the girls to go out there and look for money to bring home. And some of the girls really felt like used and worthless, like that sex is the only thing that they have to offer. One particular case that caught my eye was one girl who said the parent got her a sponsor, and now the sponsor pays for rent, food, and whatever they need at home. And now here is Jackie coming and telling them, no, you're supposed to, the sole goal is to learn and all that. So she asked me, now Jackie, you're telling me to stop this. So where are we going to get rent? Where are we going to get food? Where am I going to get my school fee? So by then, of course, I was also not in that financial capacity. So I was like, let me try and teach these girls who they really are. Because once they have their identity, some of these things, they will be able to say no voluntarily without me being there or without me monitoring them. So we started classes on self-worth. That is our first lesson. We teach them self-worth, who they are, one in Christ and by themselves, and what their worth is. Well, we focus so much on telling them how priceless they are, and we usually tell them they are worth more than gold.
Sema, I am great.
I am great.
I am of value.
I am of value.
I am lovable.
I am lovable.
And I am necessary to this life.
And I am necessary to this.
I'm glad that they feel confident enough to reach out to me. So far we've had 3 births, and all of them I've been able to, walk them through. At some point I've had to go to speak to their parents and tell them, my name is so and so. I'm sure you've heard of me before because I used to come to their school and all that. And she's afraid to tell you. She's expectant. Of course, there's that backlash. The parents, it's not easy for a parent to hear that their teenage girl is expectant. But I would say after some time they get to heal and accept the child and the grandchildren. The fact that I have a small baby, I've been able to divide some of the clothes to the girls. So if my child outgrows the clothes, then si unapeana tu, you don't keep the clothes to yourself, unampea, you give this one. By the time you rotate those clothes like that, I see the children now are grown. So I've seen their grades improve, and at some point the boys were like, unapenda wasichana sana. So again, another challenge I would say is I wish there was someone who would come out and now mentor the boys. There's a drive I did in September at Rongai, and we had boys in the class, and because I asked them, boys, do you want to stay? And they were like, yeah, tell us. We are also pro girls. We have sisters, we have cousins, we have mothers at home, so we will sit. So I'm finding myself slowly incorporating boys to the classes, but of course I can only cover as much as I know. So I would wish there was someone who would come up and take that mantle and talk to the boys specifically. I also try to teach them on security, on using their phones, because truth be told, some of them have smartphones. So, and then we have the dating sites, then we have the pornographic sites. So I try to encourage them to keep off such sites, and then I give them sites where they can get content like YouTube. Instead of spending that time watching a porn video, you can use that to do a mole concept, watch a mole concept video on YouTube. So then there's that switch, because you have, again, as I said, it's not enough to give pads, but now you have to change the mentality of these girls so that far beyond the pads, when you're not there, like 4 years down the line, wakimaliza shule, they have something that they can remember from that particular program.
Yes. So mimi nashukuru sana vile umekuja. At least nadhani umetusaidia vijana kwa wasichana. At least hadi milioni nikienda home, nimeenda na msemo, nimejua I'm great. Alafu tena I'm of value, I'm lovable, I'm necessary to this life. At least nimeenda na kakitu new. So siku nyingine tunaku welcome tu sana.